All right, so now we're going to talk about the second half of 8.3. So 8.3 is all about these things called special right triangles. So we previously talked about one of those, which was a 45, 45, 90 triangle, which meant that my two angles are going to be 45. Two of those will be 45, and one of those will be 90. And now the second one we're going to talk about today is a 30, 60, 90. Okay, so what this means is that I've got my right triangle, so it's obviously going to be a 90-degree angle, and that leaves me 90 other degrees from my other two angles. So one of them will be 30, and one of them will be 60. So there's a special relationship that occurs with the leg lengths. Okay, so my short leg, which will be my leg that is opposite from my 30-degree angle, we're going to represent with N. My long leg, which will be the leg that is across from my 60-degree angle, so this one right here, we're going to represent as whatever N is and multiply it by the square root of 3. And then my hypotenuse, just like always, will be across from my right angle, and it will be 2 times whatever my short leg is. Okay, so for this one, if I'm just given one leg, I can figure out the rest just like with the 45, 45, 90. So for this one, I'm given my hypotenuse is 40. Okay, so keep in mind this 40 is twice what my short leg is. So my hypotenuse is 40. My short leg will be 20. Okay, so this leg right here, across from the 30-degree angle, will be 20. And so now that I know what the short leg is, all I have to do is multiply it by root 3 to get the length of my long leg. Okay, so my long leg is going to be 20 times root 3. So this is going to be my three side lengths for this 30, 60, 90 triangle. Let's look at another one. Okay, so another one, don't get confused if they change the orientation of this thing. Okay, so I know that this angle right here, angle M, is still my hypotenuse. So it's, or excuse me, it's still my right angle, so it's still going to be across my hypotenuse. Okay, and so the length that I'm given for my hypotenuse is 2 times root 3. Okay, so I can fill that in right there. So if my hypotenuse, which is 2 times the length of my short leg, if my hypotenuse is 2 root 3, I need to divide this thing by 2 to get the length of this thing, MP, which is across from my 30-degree angle. So I divide this by 2, and I'm going to get the square root of 3. So square root of 3 is going to be the length of MP right here. And then my long leg will be represented by the length of my short leg times root 3. So if my short leg is root 3, my long leg will be root 3 times root 3, which will be root 9, which we can simplify down to just 3. So for this triangle right here, these are my side lengths.